An unsettled and unsettling world. Natural disasters, armed conflicts, ethnic tensions, environmental deterioration, population explosion, pandemics, unemployment, exclusion, uprooting, loneliness. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies is confronted more and more with the torments afflicting humanity, a series of never-ending challenges pressing relentlessly on its doorstep. Solferino, 1859. Henri Dunant, a citizen of Geneva, came across a battlefield strewn with the bodies of more than 40,000 soldiers. He expressed his shock and disgust in a book which revealed to the world the terrible condition of the war wounded. How can an end be put to this scandal? Wouldn't it be possible in time of peace and quiet to form relief societies for the purpose of having care given to the wounded in wartime? A few years later in Geneva, with the help of 4 Swiss compatriots, Henri Dunant founded the International Committee for the Relief of Military Wounded, later to become the International Committee of the Red Cross. The Red Cross expanded rapidly, especially during the First World War. The national societies in the countries in conflict mobilized millions of volunteers. Just after this terrible war, Henry Davison of the American Red Cross insisted that the great potential of the Red Cross should continue to be harnessed as much of the world lay in ruins and was confronted with famine and epidemics. Therefore, he instigated a medical conference in Cannes, which set out to form a federation from these very effective and well-organized societies. Subsequently, on the 5th of May 1919, the League of Red Cross Societies was born. The League has since changed its name and is now called the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, the largest humanitarian network in the world. Its mission is to support the national societies' humanitarian activities for the most vulnerable, including the coordination of disaster relief. The International Federation's Secretariat is in Geneva. Here work some 250 persons of more than 50 nationalities. In the field there are some 60 delegations and 1,000 local employees. The Federation also has been granted observer status at the United Nations so that it can better promote humanitarian action. The Secretariat is the driving force behind the Federation. It promotes the implementation of decisions made by the Federation General Assembly and Executive Council. To carry out its mandate, the Secretariat is divided into 4 divisions, as well as a governance support unit. What do you feel are the main strengths of the Secretariat today?
Well, there are a number of main strengths of the Secretariat today, but for me, the most important one is the people of the Secretariat. Their diversity in terms of multinationalities. There's 52 different nationalities that work for us. The values they hold, their commitment, in order to be able to work collectively as a team to improve the situation of the most vulnerable.
Refugees and displaced persons, fleeing war, violence and famine, fleeing economic collapse and all that comes in its wake. These are some of the most vulnerable, for they've lost everything. They're often housed in centres or camps and have a wide range of needs: shelter, food, drinking water, medical care, psychological support. They presently are the main beneficiaries of the Federation's relief programs organised outside conflict zones. When a disaster strikes, the national society of the country concerned is the first to intervene in its capacity as auxiliary to the public authorities. The society may request assistance from the Federation. When this happens, action gets underway immediately. In Geneva, the Secretariat launches an appeal to its member societies asking them to provide support. While in the field, the delegation helps evaluate the needs to enable the Secretariat to coordinate the relief operation effectively.
We will take responsibility. In principle, we will set up the new camp.
What do you really like about the job when you are in the field?
In the field, I think the aspect which most people who work in the field, I think, find is the strongest motivation for them is the reality that you're working with. Regardless of how horrible or how desperate or how insecure it may be, there is the feeling that you are really living at the very sharp end of the kind of work that we do. And that, I think, motivates most of the people that are in the field, that every day they get up, they know they're going to be faced with a series of crises, with a series of challenges, which will test every aspect of their experience, their capabilities.
Disasters generally wreak the greatest havoc in the poorest countries, and it's here that the Federation focuses most of its attention. The Secretariat, with the support of its delegations, is actively working to develop national society capacity with a view to reducing the effects of disasters. As a consequence, the Secretariat encourages the training of volunteers and staff, not only in techniques, but also in management.
Federation exists because of its member national societies, and that's why we are here in its Secretariat. An international network of these national societies constitutes an enormous force for humanitarian work. And it is very important for us to develop the capacity of our Federation as a whole through the development of our individual, each national society.
The aim is to strengthen national society structures through institutional and resource development programs, so that a wide variety of sustainable programs can be run, directed at the needs of the community. For example, in primary health care, social welfare, blood supplies, HIV/AIDS, nursing and first aid, and youth and women's programs. For the Federation, development is a long-term process involving all its members. It advocates a policy of genuine cooperation which requires the participation of all national societies.
Communications is about telling who we are, what we do, why we do it, and being able to show that we are able to deliver what we say we can deliver. Well, if we think about the very basis of why we're doing anything, we need to think about the principles. They guide our action.
The support services include human resources, finance, administration and information systems. They oversee the day-to-day management of the Secretariat and offer necessary technical assistance and advice to the other divisions and to national societies.
I'm working as network administrator, and I provide technical support to the Secretariat and the field, and I like helping people with their computer problems.
Trabajo en el departamento de traducción. Lo que más me gusta de mi trabajo es justamente trabajar en una organización humanitaria, porque así tengo la impresión de poder ayudar a mi prójimo.
I'm working in the Treasury Department, and my job is to record all incoming funds from donors and national societies, and these funds are retransferred to our delegations in the field to help our beneficiaries who are the vulnerable people.
This unit provides support to the constitutional bodies, the General Assembly, which includes all the member national societies, the Executive Council, which is mandated to oversee the implementation of the Assembly's decisions, and the Council of Delegates. Every 4 years, the national societies, the Federation and the ICRC, which are the components of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement, meet with the governments that have acceded to the Geneva Conventions. At this conference, recommendations are made which are designed to develop and improve humanitarian assistance. What do you like most about your job as Secretary General?
Well, clearly here I like to see the people develop. And over the years that I've been the Secretary General, it's just delightful and pleasing to see people move along to gain new peaks, a greater commitment, to do their job more efficiently and more effectively, to serve our clients, the member national societies, and as a consequence through them, our main customers, the vulnerable groups.